Hey now, you're an all-star, get your game on, go play! Sorry for that awful singing, but that's basically going to be a lot of the theme, or at least the main theme for today's podcast. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to, I believe this is episode 4 of the Idiot Toronto Fan Podcast. Before we start, here's a fun fact, this one's actually not sports-related. Ashton Kutcher is a murderer. How? He killed 2.5 men. There's your shitty joke of the day as well. Alright, so Blue Jays this week, we start off with Happ literally saving the American League. Yeah, I'm not even making that up. Happ closed the All-Star game. This was the 10th inning. He was deemed the extra inning guy, so I'm glad it went to 10 innings. And I'm glad the American League choked. I believe it was the bottom 9th. So there could be a 10th inning. So Happ is credited with the save. There were 10 home runs, I believe, in the All-Star game. 10 on each side, I think it said. If I can just get it up right here, I'll give you all the stats on that. I don't think Bryce Harper had a good game from what I heard, but I don't think he really cares because he won the home run derby, so I don't think he gives much of an honest shit. Jesus. Yeah, the MLB website is actually being useless for me, so that's good to know. But yeah, Happ got the closer, which is nice. He got his first career save. 10 combined home runs. I did get that right. I did remember that correctly. Let's see. Mariners closer Edwin Diaz is credited with the win, despite giving up the game-tying 2-run bomb from Scooter Gennett in the 9th that sent the game to extras. Jays starter Happ was credited with saves because Happ is a beast and he's going to be gone soon. But I'll finish this up. Aaron Judge got a home run. Mike Trout got a home run. Those two I remember. Josh Hader didn't really have much of a good game, but I think there was like some tweets from his past game to him, so that would probably do that. But yeah, here's a fun fact. The Blue Jays are undefeated for this week. Can you believe it? The Jays, undefeated for a week. I know. It's crazy. The Jays are actually good this week. Well, facing the fucking Orioles would do that, to be honest. Manny Machado with the Dodgers now, which means I have to cry because I no longer get to see Machado rot in Baltimore. Oh, I enjoyed those times. Those were great. Oh, whatever. I mean, he's a good player. In a player sense, he honestly deserves to be freed. But yeah, we won the first game 8-7. I think this is the one where Clifford shit himself. And we ended up winning anyways. That's not what I fucking clicked. Yeah, we won the first one 8-7. Clifford shitting himself and blowing a 7-2 lead, but us walking it off, I believe, bottom of the 10th, 11th? Let's see if I can get the details. Yeah, I think it was the 10th inning. So, yeah, that was the first game. The second game, we won 4-1. I wasn't able to watch that game, so I don't know exactly what happened, but I'll just check. Because I can't watch every game, guys. That's, like, nearly impossible for me with my personal schedule. Yeah, Stroman started that game. Not much to read there. And today they won 5-4 because, well, they're down 4-1. And, Leafs, I'm just going to tell you this right now. You're up 4-1. Don't do that. I think you're better off being down 4-1 heading into the periods. Because, like, it's not just hockey. It's baseball, too, clearly. I think the Jays have just taught you a lesson. Be down 4-1. That way you'll come back. But yeah, the first 2 runs that started to fuel the comeback were for the Randall Grichuk 2-run home run to the left field. That was really good. This game I actually watched, by the way. I was actually able to watch. So then it was 3-4. Orioles still leading. And then on the 8th, Jan Jervis, I don't know how to pronounce his first name. Solarte hit a 2-run blast with Devin Travis at second. Also the left field, and that would be the game-winning run. So that leads me on to Jay Happ. Where is he probably going to get traded? Oh, I don't know. The Yankees, probably. The Yankees apparently emerge as like the best suitors, and honestly, half me is like, sweet, awesome prospects from the Yankees. The last time we traded the Yankees, we got Rob fucking Refsnyder. We all know how well that went. But at the same time, it's like, oh no, Jay Happ kicking our asses with a division rival? Oh no. Oh no, squirming Yankees fans. Oh no, what are our star players getting eaten up by the Yankees again? That's another thought. Apparently the Red Sox have come up as well, because of course they would. The Red Sox, no talent. I mean, they got Steve Pearce from us. So, like, yeah, they're going to poach the shit out of us. I think Cubs came up at one point. And you see, the Cubs are my second favorite MLB team. They're in National League, so that's fine. I'm allowed to do that. Either way, I'm allowed to do that. Don't judge me. I at least have a hierarchy going, unlike some fucking people I know. And yeah, that one hurt. Brewers, I think, was mentioned by Sportsnet, and Phillies. Apparently, Happ won't be as happy to go there. No, I think Happ will be perfectly fine going to a good team. They're not Yankees or Red Sox good, but they're good. Stupid. Alright, next topic. Kawhi Leonard. Oh boy. This is going to be a fuckload to take in. Because my initial... Okay, I'll clear things up. At first, I really wanted Kawhi Leonard. I really wanted him. Because he's easily a top 5 player when he's healthy. He's 27 right now, which means that's like usual prime age. I didn't like the cost. DeMar DeRozan. After 9 years with the Raptors, being the most loyal player perhaps the Raptors have ever seen, is gone. I can't even right now. DeMar DeRozan is one of my favorites. Of course, my personal favorite is, this is a wild card, but Fred VanVleet. I really like him. I think he's awesome. But DeMar DeRozan, gone. And I don't like the way it was handled. I mean, taking emotion out of this, yeah, I mean, I think the trade looked great at first, and it didn't look that bad at first. And then Kawhi Leonard said he didn't want to play in Toronto. That moment, the trade died. Now he's bouncing back to it. I'm seeing articles here saying, don't be surprised Kawhi Leonard warms up Toronto, which he should. Charles Barkley is saying that Kawhi Leonard will soon realize that Toronto's one of the best cities in the world. Thank you, Charles Barkley. You're a G. You're awesome. And DeMar DeRozan, of course, was pretty pissed off about the thing, and I don't blame him. He was pretty upset, because he was loyally committed to the team, even took a fucking pay cut for the Raptors, which says a lot about the man, and just like that, he gets traded, just like that. Now that Kawhi Leonard seems to be smiling, though, seems to be warming up a bit more to Toronto, seems to be, might just be a PR thing. I still think this thing's going to fall to shit. I'm feeling a bit more optimistic, but even then, I still feel like this whole Kawhi Leonard thing's gonna fall apart fast. I think we could make the NBA Finals. If this goes well, we're making the NBA Finals. If this goes according to plan. If it does not, oh boy, we're gonna get bitch slapped by Boston or Philly. And at least it won't be Cleveland this year, but I think this is going to blow up in our faces. Because this trade is high risk, high reward. And on so many levels. If this fails, to the point that Kawhi Leonard's no longer healthy, how are we going to do in the regular season? if Kawhi Leonard doesn't end up warming up Toronto and leaves next year, we might just rebuild at this point. And if Kawhi Leonard leaves, if this doesn't get us to the finals, if this doesn't truly represent the change that Masai Ujiri is preaching about, that I know Raptors fans, including myself, have been begging for, though we didn't want DeMar DeRozan to go. And, I mean, I'll give Ujiri credit. This is change that people are asking for. But this is very risky. Because if this falls apart, Ujiri is going to come across looking like a dumbass, which he's done a lot already. He fired Dwayne Casey, for God's sake. He's trying to defend himself and say, well, we gave them many chances and it didn't work. And you know what? That's fair. I mean, after hearing that, it's like, fine, that's fair. He said that about Casey and DeRozan. But if this fails, Ujiri is going to look like the biggest dumbass in basketball. He's going to look like that, not just for trading away DeMar DeRozan for Kawhi Leonard, who, again, top 5 when he's healthy. We don't know how he's going to be next season. It's a huge mystery box. He's going to look like a dumbass for getting rid of DeRozan, and he's going to look like a dumbass for getting rid of Dwayne Casey. Especially if the Pistons do better than the Raptors next season. I think the Pistons are going to improve next season. I don't think they're going to be as good as the Raptors. Please let me be right for once in my life. However, if this does work out, if Kawhi Leonard goes back to his top 5 form, he's healthy all season, he warms up to Toronto makes it to the NBA Finals, because we're not getting owned by Cleveland this year, LeBron is in the West, thank goodness. Toronto makes it to the NBA Finals, where they're going to lose, because Golden State's going to make it. I'm sorry. I would say LeBron, the Lakers, but the young Lakers, his teammates, I think need to develop a bit more before there's a possibility of that. If they do, good for them. And I mean, I like LeBron better than the entirety of Golden State anyways. And I think the Raptors have a better chance against the Lakers if they made the finals. So of course I want it to be Raptors-Lakers in the finals. But I think it's going to be Warriors versus whoever, depending on how this turns out. If this Kawhi Leonard thing works, Raptors. If it does not, Boston. I'm going to go Boston, Golden State if Kawhi Leonard does not work out. Even if he does work out, we might not even make the finals. That's the thing. But if he stays, if he plays like the star player he is, if he warms up Toronto, Masai Ujiri is going to look like a genius. If we make the finals, Masai Ujiri is going to get praise, and I'm going to have to eat a bag of shit because I have doubted this guy. I don't like Ujiri currently, okay? I really do not. The fact of the matter is, I think the guy got lucky with this team that he kind of inherited. And remember, he was planning on the original plan, December 13th, 2013, I think that was the day, or the day before that Rudy Gay got traded. I was at the game, by the way. This was the first game Raptors had after Rudy Gay. That was the day they were like, yeah, we got to rebuild. We're going to try and tank for top draft picks. Raptors became great starting that day. December 13th, 2013. Friday the 13th. I know, crazy, right? Crazy, eh? And I got to be there live, which was pretty awesome. Basically, this is... I'm going to keep saying this. High risk, high reward. If this pays off, Masai Ujiri is going to look like one of the biggest geniuses in basketball. I don't think he's going to do that. I don't think this is going to work. Because if this does fail, Masai Ujiri is going to look like a dumbass. High risk, high reward. And I can respect that he's willing to take such a risk. It took him a huge emotional toll out of Toronto's basketball fans because we love DeRozan. Toronto loves DeRozan. DeRozan loves Toronto. He still loves the fans. I don't think he likes the management anymore, and I don't blame him. But yeah, it's really tough to say. And you know, I'm gonna try to look at this as the positive side because I've been getting pissed off the whole week. I'm gonna try to be positive about this. This is unpredictable. You wanna know what the NBA hasn't been over the past 4 years? Unpredictable. They've been predictable. Cleveland, Golden State. I mean, LeBron, Golden State. Excuse me. And sure, last year's season, it looked like, oh, it's going to be different finals. Toronto versus Houston. Boston versus Houston. Toronto versus Golden State. Boston versus Golden State. And it ended up being Cleveland versus Golden State. Cleveland's probably not going to make the playoffs this year. Because their whole team is basically gone. I'm going to quote your name trade. That team was built for LeBron, by LeBron, but they now have no LeBron. I don't see Cleveland making it. If they do, first round elimination I'm giving Cleveland. But we'll see. But yeah, honestly, I'm honestly kind of happy to have such suspense about this. Of course, I'm still going to be more focused on hockey, because I'm more of a hockey guy than a basketball guy, so I apologize to the basketball people out there. But, I mean, I'm still going to pay attention to the Raptors a bit. I mean, hockey's just going to be my priority, though, as for many are Canadians. Speaking of Leafs, there wasn't much any news at all, so please extend Nylander's contract already. And Matthews and Marner. Thank you. So, I'm just going to tell you my initial reaction at first for this trade. And here's what I wrote down on my list of podcast topics. Kawhi Leonard to the Raptors. DeMar DeRozan gone. Who wins? The Leafs. But I think that might be inaccurate. I think the Raptors are going to keep their attendance, which makes my first ever meme officially stale. Well, actually, not official until the season starts. And, yeah. Honestly, this is huge. And I'm just going to talk about DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan side of things. He's not happy, of course. Can you blame him? What people need to realize is this. He doesn't mind going to San Antonio. I think he's okay with San Antonio. He just loves Toronto to the point that he felt betrayed. He's not pissed that he's going to San Antonio. I'm sure he's perfectly fine in San Antonio. I mean, with Greg Popovich as your coach, I would be fine too if I were a player. I would be perfectly fine with that. I think he just feels betrayed. He would have preferred Toronto, but he does not mind going to San Antonio. And honestly, I wish the best luck for DeRozan. And a lot of people have been saying this, and I've kind of been one of them. I hope DeRozan kicks the Raptors' asses, and I kind of hope Dwayne Casey does the same in San Antonio and Detroit, respectively. Because I don't like the way Masai Ujiri's handled things, but I mean, it could all pay off. And if he does, I'm gonna apologize in advance. I apologize for basically wanting you to be fired and be kicked out of the Raptors organization, because I would have obviously been wrong. Anyways, Argonauts. Ow. Oh God. Oh fuck this shit. Oh my God, Argonauts! Argos! I mean, oh God. You still look worse than Hamilton, which, oh God, I hate that. But let's see. The Blue Bombers kicked your asses 38-20, which is honestly better than I expected. I only got to see the first quarter pretty much because I went to a local baseball game where the team I was rooting for won, which was nice, and they played better baseball than the Blue Jays, except for this week. This week was good. First quarter, 15-1 for Winnipeg. Second quarter, 10-11. So Toronto had scored more in that one, so that's good. Third quarter, 10-8. So Winnipeg, then 3-0 in the fourth quarter, and that totals it up to 38 Winnipeg, 20 Toronto. Passing leaders for Toronto, James Franklin, 21 completed, 36 attempted, 151 yards for him, 245 yards for Nichols of the Blue Bombers, He got 19 out of 27 attempted passes and 2 touchdowns. So James Franklin had 0. So yeah, maybe I've been overrating him past few weeks, and I gotta apologize for that. I've been misleading you and overhyping the shit out of him. Rushing, Harris got 27 carries, 161 yards, and a touchdown. Argos, Burks, 3 carries, 19 yards, which means, where the fuck was James Wilder Jr.? Receiving, Adams for the Blue Bombers, 6 receptions, 82 yards, and a touchdown. Argos, Smith, 4 receptions, 50 yards, nothing. So, yeah, the Argos were getting their ass kicked at first. They lost by 18, so they basically got their asses kicked. And, yeah, at least Hamilton lost this week as well. 31-20 against Saskatchewan in Hamilton. Okay, let's see how my predictions went. I don't announce my predictions, I just do it with the CFL Pick'em thing. I picked Hamilton to win. That blew up in my face. I picked Ottawa to win. Too bad I guess it would only be 17 fucking points in that game. 29-25. So that's total 17. 38, I already explained the Argos one. I don't know why I picked the Argos. I really do not know at all. And Calgary kicked shit out of Montreal 25-8, but that was expected. No, seriously, that was expected. So next week, Argos take on Winnipeg in Winnipeg, and you want to know how pathetic the East Division is in CFL? Toronto is 3rd place in the East Division with a 1-4 record. Winnipeg is 4th place with a 3-3 record. Pathetic, eh? Like, seriously. And you know the funniest part? The best team in the West. Probably the easily toughest division in the CFL. Best team in the West, consistently Calgary, still always finds a way to lose in the Grey Cup final. Unless it's the rest helping you against Hamilton. Don't like Hamilton. I will admit, they got screwed over. Their drought should have been over already, but it's not. And I'm happy about that, to be honest. So, yeah, that's Argos next week. Toronto FC! Oh, wait. They won? What? You're telling me they won? They actually... What is happening? They won. I'm not making this up. Toronto FC actually won a game again. Like they're actually back or something. I think they're way out of the playoffs at this point. I don't know. I didn't check the standings for that. They won 2-1 against Chicago Fire in Chicago. They now have a 5-4-11 record, which makes them 10th in the East. Chicago's 8th in the East with 6-5-11 record. It's weird because they were both good last season. You know, Toronto FC kind of won championship. Josie Altidor's back, baby! And that honestly makes me happy because Josie Altidore is my favorite. I don't like soccer that much, but I can still appreciate a lot of people, and Josie Altidore is my favorite. I mean, he scored the fucking cup-winning goal. And I think he scored a very vital goal in Champions League, too. So, standings... I don't know how many games are in the season. I have to check that out. How many games are in a MLS season? 34 games. So far, Toronto's played 20. They have 14 more to go. Holy shit! They actually, if they can keep winning, they might actually make the playoffs. Like, even though they're second last in the Eastern Conference right now, and yeah, Seattle's no longer last in the West. That makes me sad. So, Canadians, people who just root for Canadian teams in general, MLS-wise, team with the most hope so far currently, based on standings in the MLS this season, is, oh no. No, this can't be right. Let me adjust my glasses. The Montreal Impact, with a 9-1-12 record, are 5th place in the Eastern Conference and have a playoff spot. Montreal is better than Toronto this season. There's a serious issue there. That's a real problem. Get your shit together, Toronto. That's ridiculous. No. How's Vancouver doing? Normally they're... What? 8th place, out of playoff contention in the West? Vancouver, come on. How's it Toronto and Vancouver You know what? At least the MLS has more parity than the NBA over the past 4 years. If they're going to have turnarounds like this, I'll give them credit where credit's due. So, yeah, I'm just going to tell you Jays games next week. I'm going to see if I can get that. Let's see. Jays schedule. They face the Twins tomorrow, 7:07 p.m. Then day after, 7:07 p.m. Then day after that, 4:07 p.m. Those are all in Toronto. Then they go to Chicago to visit the White Sox. So Friday, 8:10 p.m. Saturday, 7:10 p.m. Sunday, 2:10 p.m. So that one I could probably get covered for you in this podcast next week. So I'm just going to let you know, speaking of Chicago in advance, August 5th, as of right now, I'm not going to be here in Canada, so that's probably going to be my bye week for podcasts. So I'm just letting you know now, or it'll just come a few days late. So I'm going to warn you in advance about that. Yeah. I don't think there's much else to talk about. There's been, literally no Leafs news this week. Oh yeah, the Wolfpack won a game, but that's nothing new. Is there anything? Nah. That's not much. Doesn't feel like much, I know. Oh wow. Turns out, according to time, I actually talked a lot. That's nice. Anyways, that's all the time I have. Well, not really, but that's all I have for the Idiot Toronto Fan podcast. Thank you for listening. And remember, why am I an idiot? Because I chose to be a Toronto fan.